speaking of influence, right?
Come on, man.
Nah. Speaking of influence, right? You agree with me when I say make this statement that black people are the most influential people around the world?
100%.
100%, right? So speaking of Kendrick Lamar, right? A lot of people upset that he got the Super Bowl performance over Lil Wayne, right? And it's only black people complaining, right? But I feel like shit, that's what the people want. That's what the people should.
Man, Jay-Z said it. He said it years ago when he first got it. He said, just because this is somebody's hometown don't mean we're going to start making it to where it's your hometown, then somebody from there perform. He said if we start doing that, it starts getting weird. Yeah. Right? He already said that. It don't matter. He said that.
It's Wayne, though.
Wayne used to be hot. Wayne used to be that guy.
He fell off?
He fell off. He fell off that skateboard hella times.
I don't know. I think what it is, though, I feel like for the people, right? We've been hearing Kendrick all damn summer, but we ain't trying to
and we need that. You know why? Because we hear Future all summer. We heard Thug all summer. You know what I mean? Even in the summers, we heard Rich Homie Quan. It's all just party music. We need some thinking music. Listen, it's literally a war, and America's at the end of an empire, and the opportunity to grab it while things are falling and actually build something, that's right there. Black men are dying. You just named all these black men that make party music. And they dying on stage from celebrating in the same goddamn culture that they make. We don't need their music.
So we only
Wayne was important at a time we was at a low frequency listening to this nigga rap very good, very well about nothing. Hot Boys, this nigga kissing bird in the mouth. I don't want to see that. That wasn't respectable and integral. Let's be honest. I don't want to.
Your bike good enough.
Like, come on, you gonna give me to go there.
I got you now.
Come on, man. Stop it, man.
That's what you call a fishing ride.
No, it's real. No, but as much as, I grew up on all that music. Like, every time Wayne came out, we listened to it.
So you saying
we vibe.
You saying Jay-Z made the right decision by them going with Kendrick over Wayne, 100%. Even though it's in the water.
Because that's what hip hop needs. I stamp everything that I said. I believe everything that I said, and it's real. You feel me? And as much as y'all be wanting us to continue to glorify this culture, we need something better. Sometimes you gotta leave stuff in the past. It is what it is. Sometimes you gotta leave stuff in the past. It was good while it lasted. We've grown now. Can we grow? Can we grow? Like, all right, we like that in high school. But can we grow? I'm still connected to it. If you play it, I listen. And I ain't gonna lie, Wayne is a terrible performer for me. Terrible.
See, I never been to a Lil Wayne concert or whatnot, so I can't tell you how he is on stage, but I do know that he got his culture some good, I feel like out of all the artists, he one of the artists that's deserving to be on that stage. Don't get it twisted.
Nah. It's a different Kendrick that we getting, and what Kendrick is doing is a movement. He has a movement right now to shift the culture. Everybody should be behind that. That's it. I don't care what Wayne did. Wayne is not important to the culture of advancing us. He's important to the culture when we was at our lowest. But if we saying that, okay, what can Wayne contribute in a new high-level culture? Nothing.
What they need to do is, Kendrick just need to go and get in the studio right now. Him and Wayne make a new song for the culture together.
We know it's no song. We know it's no
song. One time.
Kendrick, I hope he keeps doing what he's doing. I hope he continue to keep his foot on their neck. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, whatever Wayne represented for myself and us at that time, we be too stuck in nostalgia, right? Trying to feel what was instead of work on something better. You know what I mean? Forget the nostalgia. Let's go to another day. Let's get to a new place. You gonna have to just start that over because it ain't no salvaging that life. Keep it, and then we gonna have to piece that together somehow. But yeah, that's dead. You feel me? And I'm just gonna have to give you this to finish the rest of it. Carter 3 was fire when it came out, but Wayne ain't made a hit to save his life.
Wayne can't put together an album no more, man. That's been over after Carter 3.
But Wayne didn't become greater as a man. He became he became whatever he is now. Weird dressing, funny hair. I don't know what he is no more.
I think like he just disconnected. Like you said, he going to caveman mode where he intentionally disconnect and hide. Don't listen to nobody. Don't care about social issues that's going on. He's not revolutionary.
Wayne ain't never said nothing powerful to me ever. Out of artists
he just
that's
know how to
there,
rap.
yeah. And so like I think that No More Parties, like it was all about like forget all this vibe shit. Like let's get on a higher level with it all. And that is something that I support 1,000%. Right? If the artist doesn't grow, the art doesn't grow. And then you outgrow them. And then you leave them behind. And then you continue on with the culture. You continue on with forward movement and advancing. I know y'all want this to grow because a lot of people have built their careers around this low vibrational energy. You know what I mean? And it's low-hanging fruit. What I'm doing goes against the grain. They don't like it. It go against the grain. It is what it is. But I don't care. That's why they don't want me to become more powerful. They don't want my voice to continue to grow. Like I like when Nip said, man, I wish it was some of these niggas instead of Nip. I feel him when he say that. I don't want to see these niggas, bro. You know they bogus. You know they not worth nothing unless they change because they know what's right, but they continue to work for the devil. And you work for the devil. You ain't even the devil himself. You know what I mean? You ain't even like the boss running it.
That you just said though, like a lot of them artists, they came in as they was young when they came in the game. But as a man, you always want to look up to, another level in your life and unlock that. A lot of them ain't evolved.
Right.
They still celebrating the drug culture, like you said.
We ain't evolved into nothing.
Still celebrating drug culture. You watching people like real life pass away in front of their family.
Man, most of these rappers ain't evolved into nothing. Especially all these rappers that if that's pushing all this. All these rappers that's pushing all this gambling, all these rappers that's pushing all this other crap, ain't evolved into nothing. So I say, let them go out. If it's the West Coast, they got to bring it back. And I don't even think it's just the West Coast. It's just, we also had a really good time where it's like, I want to see other people take advantage of what Kendrick is doing. While he got people listening to music, make people that's about listening and not just, make music that's about listening and not just feeling. So there's a science to where the body informs the mind does not inform the body, right? When you listening to music, it changes the way you think because your body feels the music and then your thought has a process on what to think, right? But we have to get to a part where the mind has power over the body as well and we're in tune with ourselves.
I'm saying what's wrong with Wayne being on this Super Bowl stage and they choosing Kendrick? I feel like the people, they saying they frustrated, they tired of hearing Kendrick. They wanted Wayne to be on the stage because we're in New Orleans. That's his hometown. Wayne put in a lot of work. Nobody ever sold more records than Cash Money Millionaires. Let's get that clear and that's a fact. But you went on a whole rant and the people ain't get to hear, man. What's your thoughts on it?
What part of New Orleans did Cash Money clean up? What part of New Orleans is better? What part did they build their schools in? Their financial literacy centers? What part where they got their mental health institutions? You know what I mean? What part where all that money and all them records and all that billions of dollars that they generate, what part of New Orleans did they clean up? How much power do they got in their city? Right? Can somebody answer that question? Because we talking about, because they from the city. Can anybody answer that? Because Birdman always talk about how many records he sold. YMB always talking about how many records he sold. What part of New Orleans is theirs that they own as they town with all that money that they generate?
How about this? What centers have Kendrick Lamar built? What schools have Kendrick Lamar built? What mental institutions have Kendrick Lamar built? If that's the argument. Him and PG Lang, and I don't know all of their donations to go offhand, right? But him and PG Lang have been building our schools and giving donations and doing the whole nine. We've been seeing all of that actually in the news. But also Kendrick doesn't have music that's detrimental to the culture. He has music that is positive influence to the culture, right? We just seen what YG and them was having the gang truce in the walk where the gangs was coming together, piecing it up, right? We just seen Kendrick Lamar bringing the gangs on stage to try to change some of that. That's saving lives in the culture. I ain't never seen Birdman and Wayne do that.
You know what I'm saying? He just talked about ending this gluttonous, lustful culture so that we can change it for something better. Haven't seen that. The stuff, every time I see something about Kendrick Lamar, it's something positive that he's doing for his neighborhood, his culture, the people around there. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? So, like, that's what I see.
So basically what you're saying, for this Super Bowl, we done with the celebration. It's time for us to, you know what I'm saying, like you said, use that platform to usher in that new culture. Because it's going to be the biggest stage. That's the biggest thing watching on television every year, the Super Bowl. And ain't nobody better than Kendrick right now.
Yeah. It's not even so much about better. It's Kendrick is the only one that has a movement right now. He is the only one with a message right now that's on that type of platform.
And Wayne fell off.
Wayne ain't even in the conversation, except when we talking about ghosts that rap. But when we talking about like relevant, he ain't been in the conversation in a long time. When Beyonce was performing in New Orleans, he wasn't in the conversation. It is what it is. Like Wayne was and Kendrick is. You feel me? And do I need to, if I got a choice to choose between what the culture need to grow off of, Wayne is not fertilizer. He's not. Kendrick is fertilizer. It's helping the culture grow. This is poison. So we don't need more Wayne. We don't.
So we ain't trying to hear Lollipop.
Wayne is not. I don't want to hear no goddamn Lollipop. What was 6'7" about?
Man, I don't know, man.
Exactly.
Wayne one of them rappers, like, he know how to put, like Eminem. They know how to make words rhyme real good, but at the end of the day, they ain't really got no substance to it.
The rappers that's doing the most right now, that if you want to continue to build a movement on what they're doing, people like 50 Cent. What 50 Cent is doing is building an economy over there in Shreveport, creating jobs in industry. That's something that we should be championing that louder, right? When Nipsey Hussle was building out his Marathon store and he was with Dave Gross and they was working on all these business deals, we championing that. Now, of course, 50 Cent has a lot of negative feudal energy around him in the way he goes about doing things, but the actual action of going out there, building, buying up land, and building out a movie studio and bringing economy there, that's something that is the blueprint and the model of what our influence should be producing. I don't know a single thing that YMCMB done. I'm sure they've done some stuff, but that ain't their image, that ain't their reputation, and that ain't the aspiration of the culture right now. We're way past that. And I think that Wayne helped usher in this effeminate culture, and I think that his music was super detrimental for the emasculation of the black man. All of that drinking, all of the fake gang banging, right, and all of that gay stuff that him and Birdman was perpetuating.
Yeah. He most definitely brought that lean culture, like, made that shit like cool to this day. And people addicted.
It's just me and my
I
drink.
hate getting on social media seeing my little cousins at home putting them still on her pouring up lean and shit on Instagram. And it looks stupid.
It is what it is. I don't care if you like it. Now, instead of Wayne, and this is why I think Kendrick is so strategic, because while they talking about Wayne, he shouted out D1 on the song. Now, D1 is from New Orleans. Yeah. Now, D1 talks about going against the culture and creating a new culture like myself. I had D1 on my tour. You know what I mean? Definitely brung him out when I did my tour last year. He did his thing. I rocks with D1. While y'all talking about Wayne, D1 is who your son should be listening to, not Lil Wayne. So do you want that music to be perpetuated as a frequency that we constantly bring back so we in a low vibrational state? Nah. Whether you like D1 music or not, I'd rather the culture be listening to that than Lil Wayne. Because number one, it makes my job easier because we trying to push the culture forward. And the music that you make is the complete opposite of what we trying to do. So these niggas be in the way.
Yeah, I agree with you because at the end of the day, like, nigga like Birdman ain't no role model. I don't want to be 60 years old still talking about blood and on my mama and all. You know what I'm saying? Them ain't role models that you just give a big platform. Even though they did a lot music-wise, like you said, they ain't fertilize and help people grow, man. They ain't lead nobody. They ain't lead us nowhere.
Bro, anybody that's making hundreds of millions of dollars and you can't see a visible impact, they a devil.